Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah. I am a CEO of Giveo, which is a nonprofit application, also a marketplace. So I was actually born in Vegas, but moved to Poland at half-a-year-old, so I was raised a bit mainly. And when I got to America, I realized a few different things about the habits here. The first one was actually the spending. Americans love to buy things. And that was pretty surprising for me. Another one was how generous they are. I've never seen people being so helpful to one another, especially in school, and especially with money. In Poland, we didn't really share money, we would share items, but that was the main thing to notice. And that's actually how I got onward with the idea for Giveo. So US is actually one of the 3 top countries that has the greatest giving index. And back in 2021, big COVID, we had $4,085 billion for cash donations only in the US. And I found it to be pretty surprising because in COVID, people were losing their jobs. They were panicking. We didn't know what's going to happen next. But we've noticed one thing, which is when it comes to human welfare and people dying, we really want to help one another. And that's also what we've seen in our case studies as well. So we went on with the research and realized that Americans have 395 billions worth of excess stuff, potentially ready to donate. I'm talking about the things that you have in your garages or the paintings that you have somewhere hanged up when you don't really use them. You're buying them for potential investments, but they're just over there, and you're thinking, hey, maybe I'll sell them. Maybe I'll donate them. I personally still have a couch, and that couch I was trying to give it away on offer at first. At first, I posted it for the regular market value, and I got back with questions, like, oh, how much did you use it? Is it brand new? So they didn't want to pay me that much, which was okay. I just actually wanted to get rid of the couch. So I lowered the price, and people started asking me, okay, so can I get some more pictures? What are the dimensions? I provided all the information, and then they were like, I'm sorry, but it's actually a little bit too far for me to go. It's a big couch, so I can't pick it up. I posted it for free. And people started asking me, did your dog pee on it? Like, why is it for free? Like, it looks like a perfectly fine couch, but you're donating it. So nobody was really interested or actually believed that I just want to get rid of the couch. I myself didn't have a truck, so I couldn't even put it into GoFundMe or Goodwill. So we've gone through this process of investigating American spending habits and how much stuff that they have. And we realized that the problem that I had, people actually come across as well. You have things that you don't really utilize, you would want somebody else to use them, but it's a headache to get there. Also, some sort of nonprofits or some other people don't really utilize those items. They can't really make sense of them or just use them in general, like I can't. So that is why we came up with Giveo. So Giveo is actually the first marketing platform on the market that is funding charities for sales. We created this tool where you can convert your items or time into cash for profits. It all was done by a very professional development team, which we personally know. So it's a very secure, safe, and scalable solutions based on microservice. And it's already placed on the App Store. It's free for everybody to download. So if you get curious, that is the QR code. Just take a look and let me know what you think. So this is the product. So imagine combining OfferUp with GoFundMe, and it puts some steroids into it. That's Giveo. Basically, every single transaction, every single sale in the platform funds some sort of profit. So we have 3 different end users. unlike the other marketplaces we have to. We have fundraisers, which could be the nonprofit organizations or individuals. These are the people that need the cash and potentially have some volunteers or supporters, but they can't really figure out how to utilize their time into generation of funds. We also have donors, which are the people that are basically sellers. Unlike an OfferUp or any other platform, Giveo also supports service sale, which we figured out along the way through our case studies. So these people post the items or share experiences with services on their time, and they decide which campaign they want to support, which fundraising. They also decide on the final price and who are they going to be selling it to. So they post those things, and then we have the market runners. Those are the actual cash generators. They could be local communities or nationwide seekers. And then once that transaction is made, the money goes to the account. So the idea is great. It's very charitable, it's innovative, but the next question was, is it worth looking into it? Does it have actual potential? And it does, it did. It turned out that actually GoFundMe in 2022 raised $10 billion, which is a lot of money. Once again, that's just cash donations. And actually, for COVID-19 only, they raised $625 million, which, once again, with COVID, we all knew each other, we didn't know what's going to happen for money, but we did it, we supported one another. Goodwill, back in 2019, had their pick when it comes to their yearly revenue, and that was $6.4 billion. Afterwards, they started going down. And I think we all realized the reason, because everything is online now. Everyone is buying online. I mean, this past Black Friday, we had 67% of Americans buying online versus in person. It's a new transition. We're doing online marketplaces now right now versus going in person. So we also looked into OfferUp, since we were looking at it first. And they actually have realized during COVID what's going to happen. So they acquired Lightning, which back in 2017 had 46 billion of transaction value. OfferUp actually stopped posting their reports when it comes to their income and transaction values, but they do post some statistics. And from 2021 to 2022, they had an increase of 13% of user base. People are using this application. They have 2,000 people downloading it every month.
We have about 5 minutes.
Okay, so let me hurry up. So the original idea was just to look at the items. So we found out that there's 395 billion items that Americans basically don't use. Based on some statistics from Nielsen survey and eBay, 75% of households would like to donate those items. They're considering it. And we only want to take 10% of those. And that is $29.6 billion. This gross service volume. And the question is, how do we make money? Commission, 12%. And that's going to be $2 billion revenue for Giveo. So here is how the product actually got launched and what we've learned so far. Like I said, originally we were just thinking of items and GoFundMe and offer combination. So we launched it, we got some feedback, and the first thing was shipping. We introduced the shipping. Now you can deliver nationwide. And the next thing we realized was adding additional services. And that was actually a very organic realization. We had a nonprofit that joined us when we were doing a fundraiser together on Giveo. And one of the posts that was in the app was actually a tour on a yacht. for $15,000 in Miami. And that's not the yacht, it's an experience with a person that has the yacht. And we realized, wow, this is great. At the same time, we're actually talking to different nonprofits, trying to get them with the yacht. And we've asked them, would that be something you'd be interested in? Is that going to be a good option for you? And they loved it because they have volunteers already. And those volunteers have skills or interests. They can walk somebody's dog or paint the walls or do kitchen classes or any sort of skills that they have. They can now utilize their time and contribute to what they support by generating the cash for them for Giveo. So throughout our time, we also had one scanner, which was a cool story because I took it as a success. I mean, our app is now visible to other people. So what the scanner was trying to do is try different ways of getting his own cash transferred onto another account and hit different email addresses. And that actually got flagged for our system because, like I said, we have a professional team of developers, and also I work in cybersecurity. So that never went through. Our system has been frozen this year. But another thing that led to the Apple Pay and Google Pay was actually our experience with auctions in person. So people were asked to donate for Giveo, buy items during the auction, and they actually would go through the process and then stop at transactions. It was too much for them to take out their cards and type in the numbers or scan. We had a scan too, and just go through. So that was our first realization when it comes to Apple Pay and Google Pay option. But we also had, well, we still have traction of when users exit the application. So we have a very thorough view of their behaviors in the app. And that's actually when people like the most. So another thing that we realized on the way was the VIP sections, and we've already added it.
About 2 more minutes.
The way we got to it is that one of the nonprofits we're working with has a lot of items and services that are very high end. When she added those items and asked her network to do so as well, they would get mixed with smaller items, like the couch. So that was when we realized VIP section is the way to go, and it's not limitless. So here we are today. We have 2 more features that are in mind we're currently working on, and that is actions and multiple items. Actions would be something like eBay does it, but with the twist that you will be able to see the highest value that is currently bet for. Multiple items came basically from our senior brands managers at Okon and Mars. They told us that there's a lot of products that they actually have to throw away due to their shelf life being good. So we've talked with them, and those sort of corporations would be willing to donate their items on our application, but there's multiple of them, so we're going to add this feature. So long story short, here's our target audience. We have a huge outreach, because at the end of the day, anyone can use the app. It's free for anybody, you can support whatever cause, you can do whatever you would like to do to help somebody else. So the idea of how we're going to get to all of those people, because that's a lot of different audiences, we're actually going to try to target already existing communities first. Because what they bring is their own nonprofit and their supporters, which is buyers and sellers at the same time. We're going to train them on how to use the application, and we're going to train their network on how to do it as well. Not for our media, but for their social media. We're going to ask them what sort of materials work the best. We're going to help them create those. We're going to have a dedicated person that's going to walk them through the process and assist them with whatever sort of events or ideas they might come up with. But the best part about it is that if you're a 501c3 nonprofit, you actually get free Google ads, $10,000 per month of them. And not many nonprofits know how to do that, even know about this. But we do, and we have professionals that can set it up for you. So the idea behind this is whenever you do a Google search, in the first few links on top are ads. Those are just money, this is the ads. What we do is that we set it up in a way, configure it in a way that the application and the titles will be one of the first ones whenever you're typing in the keywords. So that is the main thing that nonprofits are really valuing, because they didn't know how to utilize it before. And to compare it, GoFundMe right now is doing $1 million of those per year. And if we're going to get 5,000 nonprofits, we're going to get 15 million per month. And that is one of our goals, because that's how we're going to generate organic traffic. We're first going to create the ads for the campaigns for nonprofits, and then we're going to create the ads for the icons themselves. Another way we realized throughout our time how to reach different audiences was for influencers. The best ones are actually the ones that are somewhat invested with nonprofits, like ambassadors or the nonprofit founders themselves. And what they do is that they just talk about Giveo and talk about how to support it. And if they believe into it, it's actually a very simple way to do it. We had one of the case studies in Holland, and the celebrity was able to raise 10,000 zloty, which is $2-3 million, within 4 days because of his outreach.
Sarah, we're out of time. Do you want to take some questions, or how much money are you raising, or what's the financials look like?
Okay, so we are looking for the 2 million currently. We invested 1 million so far when it comes to product development, that includes development, testing, business analysis, marketing strategies, go-to-market strategies, and certain marketing materials. And we are aiming to do 100 transactions within 1 year at an average of $80, which would equal to what, 833 transactions on the app. And that's only first year.
And you make money from the transaction?
Yes. So we have 12% commission. And if you are going to go into the app and you're going to see how much money was raised, that's actually how much money was raised. The commission was distracted from that.
So the way the app works is that you have something that you want to donate to a not-for-profit, you list it, and then you've got a whole selection of not-for-profits that you can choose from.
Yep.
Each one of these not-for-profits has a list that you can do Google ads for to promote the item when they're selling it. So if somebody says, I want to donate my Price's record collection to XYZ not-for-profit, then the not-for-profit can place ads up to how many? 50,000?
10,000 per month.
10,000 per month out into the internet, and hopefully the not-for-profit can sell it via your system.
Yeah, and 1 click is $1 to $5. That's a click. So the ads don't count if a user sees it. They only count if you enter into the app.
Fantastic. And you're raising $2 million.
$2 million.
How much have you raised so far? And
we had a personal investment of 1 million so far.
And did you have any grant money or anything like that? Or you competed you did a competition, is that correct? Where you won a prize, first or second prize, something like that? Or you participated in an accelerator?
Oh, yes. I've been in Y Combinator before. Should have mentioned that before. Yep.
Oh, you went through the Y Combinator.
Y Combinator,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
Summer 2018.
Excellent. Wow. So, Sarah, thank you so much. You're going to be at dinner tonight, so we're going to see you there.
I'll be there.
If you have more questions, if you're a not-for-profit looking to hook up with a way to do non-stop auctioning of items, this is a way to do it. Yeah, so thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.